Okay, so here's a look at the Bobcat A300 as far as Jaltest coverage and capabilities to be able to support you with your diagnostics, calibrations, special functions, and more. So first I'll just come in here and I'm going to look for the Bobcat, and you can see we've got the A300. Again, you can plug into almost 135 brands of equipment. The A300 here, you can have a look. We've got coverage for a variety of systems: the central computer, electronic, hydraulic systems, instrument cluster, transmission. The engine itself being a Kubota, likely the 3800. That's covered through stationary engine separately. It would have its own diagnostic port. So here I'll just kind of, first just show you, you can do a system scan. Then you can go into like special functions. For example, calibration of the raising and tilt cylinders, as well as calibration of the hydrostatic pump. So that's your joystick control, and basically push to the left, push to the right, takes you through that process to get your calibration correct. And then you've got some maintenance resets on the unit. So let's just go into a system scan. And you'll see when you come over here, it's going to show you the different connections. In this case, there is only one. There's no multi-pin for the A300. It's a standard Bobcat connection cable, the JDC 539, as well as the 239 to be able to connect to it. Both of these I've put in the, you can get through us here at Mechnician. So here I'll come in, I'm using that to connect. And now we're doing a scan. So you can see, this is just demo data, but we're pulling up the different, fault codes and things that, some of them that could be possible. The drive is speed sensor on the right side is not connected, forward gear solenoid. It could be anything, right? It's basically reading the system and reporting back to you. And then in any of these cases, you'll see you've got several different things. You've got the eye for more information on the fault code itself. The question mark is going to tell you more about the systems. And then here, if you've actually got troubleshooting, this is under the Jaltest info, which they continue to build out. It's actually going to show you how to repair and take you through the steps. So here, if I kind of just come in and show me the detail on the forward gear solenoid, I can see the last occurrence, the warning lamp status, and what it is. If I come to items such as this here, the implement tilt solenoid, we can come in, double click, right, we can see its last occurrence, show me some info on the components, and helping components of the fault. So here the tilt solenoid is here. You can see actual information on the component. It's going to show you where it actually is located. Here you get a nice picture of it. And then when you want to actually troubleshoot it, it's got a document on this one taking you right through. That reminds you that Jaltest info is free for 2021. Hard to say if it'll still be free in 2022, but right now it is. Otherwise, it's $400 a year for the info side. So here it's showing you how to troubleshoot the short circuit to positive or higher voltage, and taking you through that solenoid and how to troubleshoot it. So then you can come back, you can get into system technical data. You've got all the different controllers and informations, such as the joysticks. You want to see the wiring diagrams, etc. They're basically all in here. You can go through it by system, or you can go into the wiring diagram, and in this case here, see the component list for this wiring diagram, such as, here you can see you got your joysticks, lever position sensors and all these things. But, whatever diagram you're looking at or the system, it's going to provide you those details. So now let's go back to the diagnostics menu, and I'll take us back out to just kind of let you have a look here too at the measurement side. So system selection, let's have a look at the hydraulic system. All right, we're going to connect to the hydraulic system. Here I can come in now, have a look at the monitoring on it, show me some live data. There's a data recorder, so you can record data, add triggers, everything. So if you're doing like tests and checking how things are responding, and this is obviously just pretend data, but everything's very visual in the reports. Here you're seeing, you're kind of knowing what the machine's reading or feeling as you're moving the joysticks to kind of take it through different tests, and so on and so forth. So now let's quickly go over to the engine. I'm just trying to take you through a quick little demo here. Let's go back to, let's disconnect from the Bobcat system. All right, so let's go back. I'll show you here also too. Every time you're working in here, it's recording the information. So whether it's for a work order or your own records. So in this case, you can kind of see what we were just doing. We were just taking a look through the A300. You can see we did a system scan. Here's the faults that were detected for each one of the systems. And then, we did the auxiliary remote hydraulic. We pulled up the monitoring, so it gives you the data that you monitored. And then we had a look at the, here's the different functions and so on and so forth that it was set up when you went through the monitoring. But basically anything you would do, it's going to put that into a nice work order for you. Okay, so we'll take that. All right, so you can save it. And now let's just go into the Kubota. So now we're going to actually want to go into stationary engines, because we're going to take a look at the engine in your Bobcat. Some machines, the diagnostics doesn't pull right through all the components. Like a Caterpillar, it would read everything. In this case, you got a Kubota, so it's not connected to the diagnostic system of the Bobcat. So here you can come again. How do I connect? There's the cable, or you can even use a multi-pin, and it'll show you basically which pin is going to correspond to each one. You can see A, B, C, D. And then there's your multi-pin, and so it's kind of showing you where to plug them and then what you need to put on the end of it. So that's basically how you can multi-pin. In your case of one machine, better to have the cables and then have a multi-pin if you ever got a rental machine or something else that you might want to connect to or help somebody else out with a diagnostic. So anyways, let's connect to the Kubota. In this case, we can tell if we with or without a particulate filter, because we're not connected. I'm just demo data. So we can come in here to anything such as maintenance. We can come in, do the diesel particulate filter. Say you got to manually run a regeneration. There is an expert mode that kind of protects your machine if you want to have only certain mechanics to be able to access it. For example, running a regen is something you'd want your techs to do. Just gives you the basic instructions. Right, and then it's telling you the engine has to be at idle, transmission neutral, and now it's taking us to, once we're there, it's going on, okay, we're going to do the regen. It's starting, and in this case it's a demo, so it's going, hey, we've finished, and do you want to see the graph? Yeah, let's take a look. Show us what went on during the regen, and it's going to also capture that in the work order, but here's all your data on the regen, the amount of soot burned, process date, boost pressures, whatever. Everything's all there for you. So on the engine, actually I'm on a V2403. I apologize. I went to the wrong engine. Let's come back here to the Kubota. You at least got to see the it's the same scenario as how it would do the exhaust after treatment, right? So here it is going to the after treatment, and I'm going to come in and let's go back, sorry. Connect to the engine with particulate filter. All right, I can come in, have a look, same thing. I can, do my particulate filter or whatever, fuel injection pump cleaning. You can actuate components, throttle valve, EGR valves, different things. Again, the monitoring parameters, you can code injectors, display different parameters. Again, go through the fault codes for the engine. So here's your fault codes, and you've got some here. You got some info, exhaust gas temperature. All right. All right. Now it's going to tell you the diagnostic tool check the measurements. How do I do that? It's going to take you through each one of the steps. This is all Jaltest information. Then you can also set it if you want to check these off as you go, so it's also updating that on your work order, and just keeping yourself up to date as what you completed on the work if you're passing it from one tech to another. So it takes you through all the steps to then go and clear the code, basically, or to check if that's your unit, right? And the last step, how to clear the code. And you'd be all done. So that's a quick demo of the Jaltest diagnostic system for Bobcat A300. I look forward to discussing further with you how we can help empower your service. Thank you very much.